Robin.
Shucky ducky quack quack.
Shucky ducky quack quack.
What is that? Oh, that's a hell of a way to start.
It's either that or my cough, so I'll take the dial tone.
Hello? All right. Good morning. The phones just decided to answer themselves. I didn't do anything. You all right, bro?
Yeah. I'm just a little tired.
A little tired?
Yeah, I took Theraflu last night. Theraflu, you sip like a real beverage.
It's, you can't chug those. You don't do the NyQuil, the DayQuil?
No, I didn't. No, not during, because it will keep me up. I can't have anything like that at night.
Right.
So I said, let me have Theraflu because I'll sleep, and I feel the cough coming, and I was watching The Ultimate Fighter on DVR. And
how's that?
It's good.
It's good so far?
Yeah. Only one episode. It's very good.
So do you have the flu, you think? Or
No, I don't feel bad enough for it to be flu. I feel a little better. The cough is here now.
I had a sore throat yesterday, but I'm good. I am good. Today I thought it would either get worse or better, and it got better. So I'm happy today. Thank God.
Yeah,
that flu shot I got in I don't even remember now. November.
Yeah,
really fucking rocked.
It made you sick though, right?
It made me sick, but not as bad as an all-out flu. And I've been all right ever since. 5-6 months with nothing.
Yeah, I know I'm not. It's not a flu. It's like when you get the flu.
Right.
You're
of
fucking out
course.
of it for 2 weeks
With the aches, the sore throat.
This is just irritating.
Stuffiness, heaviness, all that crap, right?
Yeah, just a little under the weather. Mm-hmm. But it's weird. Like nobody cares when you tell them you're sick. Like it's like I want to just say it to everybody. It's like how sick, and you want to just start going through like every boring aspect of it. And I know nobody gives a shit. Nobody cares.
What do we want from others when we're sick? Because we all do that.
I know.
You want to be, I think you want to be pushed into a bosom. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And just held.
Just nurtured.
Nurtured.
You're looking for nurturing and some sort of love.
And even your significant other will care for, I don't know, 5 minutes. And then they'll be annoyed that you're sick. And then you have to remind them, I'm sick, though. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing.
It is amazing how angry I get when people... especially a girlfriend or whatever, will just, whenever you fight when you're sick, that's always the fallback argument. I'm fucking sick. How could you? But, like, I don't care when somebody else is sick.
No one does.
I don't think about it.
I don't really care you're sick.
Yeah, well,
and I love you.
Yeah, no, but it's understandable. You shouldn't. We're guys.
We'll talk about this for 5 minutes, and then I'm hoping we have a good radio show today.
Your friend being sick I can't think of anything that affects me less than my friends being under the weather. You don't want somebody to have a fucking, tuberculosis.
Oh, no. The sicknesses that you come back from is fine.
Oh, I was so happy. I went to the cellar last night just to get a few comics sick.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I wanted to make sure that I was around Artie. And
spread the wealth.
Yeah, there's nothing better than being sick and knowing everybody's annoyed that you're sick. And what'd you come down for? It's like,
I do that.
Yeah.
When E-Rock or someone comes in here sick, I'm like, what are you doing? Go home. I don't want to get sick.
And meanwhile, you're going to get sick. It's going to happen. You're going to get on a plane or on a bus or on a train, whatever. You're going to get it from somebody.
If someone coughs on the sidewalk as you're walking by, do you get sick from that?
I don't know.
I'm trying to figure that crap out. If someone's got the all-out flu, you could see shit dripping from their body and they're coughing or sneezing. Because I quickly stop breathing, hold my breath. Have I ever told you this?
No.
And try to walk as far as I can, and then I finally breathe.
Why? Because you're afraid the droplets might have landed?
I don't know. Well, how do people get sick?
I don't know.
How does that shit spread? Does it spread from a sneeze?
Sure, but
all right,
not on the sidewalk.
So does it have to hit your skin, or do you have to breathe it in?
I would imagine that you need to get that into your system. I mean, I do the same exact thing.
You do?
Absolutely.
See,
if someone when you're passing somebody, opposite, you're going one way, they're going the other way.
Yeah.
They do some disgusting thing as you pass.
Yeah.
And it's just like the first thing in my head. It's just like, all right, well, you're not going to inhale until you're far away from this guy.
See, I'm not as crazy as people think, because I'm checking off things that make me crazy, and when I find out someone else does it, then
I think it's just
that's one less thing. So
it's common sense at that point. All right, guy's sick. I don't want to breathe in his sickness, so I'm just going to not breathe until I can't anymore.
The question is, does that help?
I don't get sick that much.
We got to ask Dr. Steve, because I'm telling you, sometimes I stop breathing to the point where it's uncomfortable when I start breathing.
And then you got
to go. Yes. And living in New York, when you're in the suburbs, you don't pass many people that are sneezing and dripping fluids. But in New York, it's all the time.
It's
so
always.
I'll just stop breathing and keep
ever-
walking. You ever try to stop breathing and walk? You can't go too far.
No.
You ever try, instead of just stopping completely, just you have a breath in you, and then you try to exhale it for as long as possible, because as long as you're not inhaling, you're in the clear.
Yeah.
So.
And then you get that old air out of the lungs, and that always hurts. You ever try that? They say that's really good for you, to really push out a breath.
Really?
Because it gets, I don't know how true it is, it gets the old air out. But you start coughing at the
Oh,
end.
of course I'm going to cough. The cough at this point is that dry, hacking fucking cough.
Yeah.
It's amazing how annoyed I get at other people's cough, too.
See, I should have stopped breathing right there.
Nah, I cover my mouth, though. I always cover my
Nah,
mouth.
that goes through your mouth. I know that much.
I was if I'm on a plane and somebody else is coughing, I'm like, you fuck.
Yeah.
Why would you try? And meanwhile, I don't care. I'll travel. If I'm sick. I never don't travel because I'm sick.
Well, we're mad at everyone else for leaving the house, for being sick. But if you're sick or I'm sick, you leave the house.
Yeah, but you get annoyed at other
rules
people.
The rules don't apply to me.
Yeah.
It applies to everybody else walking the earth, not me.
But if they get annoyed, you're like, what the fuck? I'm sick. I can't help it. Everybody gets sick.
Right.
I guess it's like if it's a kid crying. If it's your kid, it's like, well, come on, it's a baby. But if it's someone else's baby, you're like, what the fuck?
Why don't you ask me?
But you haven't traveled yet, though, with the baby.
Huh?
You haven't flown yet.
Not flown, no. Yeah, I don't know how we're going to handle that, but I don't mind my kid crying. I still hate other people's kids when they cry.
Do you get embarrassed when your kid cries? Like, oh, it's bothering other people. Or you don't care?
I've been, I swear to you, I've been really lucky. We take him to restaurants and all a whole bunch of places, and he doesn't act up. We're lucky. But then again, he's 11. I don't know when that shit starts. 11 months.
Right. But I always wondered if parents get embarrassed. I mean, I know it's a baby and you can't help it. It is, kids cry, but
it's been some parents get embarrassed and like, oh my God, I'm sorry, and they'll grab a kid and they'll run him out of a restaurant, a movie theater, or whatever. And others go with the philosophy, it's a kid. What do you expect? It's gonna cry. Those people you want to strangle.
Sometimes.
I mean, we've talked about this on the show many times. All I ask is you try.
Right.
That's all I ask for, because I understand that a kid's going to cry. But if you're sitting there going, what are you going to do? This is what he does. He cries without at least attempting to calm him down a little bit or take him out of the area. That's my line. That's when I lose my mind.
And then I wonder, am I being not compassionate because I don't have kids? So it's like when I hear babies on planes, it's like, aren't we like the only species that gets annoyed at kids doing what kids do? Because they do cry, but as a generation or as people, well, it is what it is. Kids there's always going to be children. So like, should I not just get annoyed at it?
And a baby crying is just brutal, because that's nature, man. That is, look, you got to pay attention to me because something is fucking wrong.
And you can't. There's no logic. There's no rationale. There's no way to stop it by talking to him. There's no way to make the kid understand how annoying he's being. It's just fucking.
You just got to try to do what you can to comfort him, you know. So
there was some flight to Brazil where the guy threw water, which the guy was an asshole. He threw water in the baby's face and he said he cried the whole flight.
He didn't know the baby?
No, he wasn't with the mother or the baby. He was arrested for it.
I didn't know that story.
That's probably a year ago. Yeah.
Wow.
He threw water in the baby's face.
It's one of those Chris Rock lines. You understand?
Yeah.
Right? You wouldn't do it, but you understand why someone might do something like that.
Yeah, I understand why people would do a lot of things that I probably wouldn't do. Like I would never yell at somebody's baby, but I understand how frustrating it is.
Of course.
You have to listen to it.
Let's go to Satan in Virginia. Satan, welcome to the Opie and Anthony show. Anthony, of course, on a cruise. He finally tweeted yesterday.
Oh, I didn't even read it.
Which was good. He was Twitter dark for way too long. And he had a quick tweet. Maybe he tweeted more. I don't know. It said, what did he say? He said something like, he took a lot of money from the casino and he swam with dolphins. I think that's what his tweet was, something like that. And we're hoping that he calls us from his satellite phone. There's your Anthony update today. Satan, what do you got, buddy?
I got a 15-month-old daughter, and I'm, whenever we go out, it's no problem usually, but we go to a fine dining restaurant every once in a while, and she'll be perfectly fine up until the minute we go to sit down, and then she starts crying or just being obnoxious, and I'm fucking embarrassed as hell. It's embarrassing.
So why do you guys go to a restaurant if you know the baby can't handle it?
No, because most of the time she's fine. It's the same situation you have. Like, it was around a year old is when she started to do it, and she won't sit there and cry, so much, but
right.
she'll suddenly just kind of whine that she wants her juice or some shit, and it might only last for 30 seconds, but you get really embarrassed.
Oh, you do?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, some people get embarrassed and deal with it, and others, they just fucking go with emotions.
What do you do if the kid won't stop? Do you carry her out?
I mean, you want to hold it out as long as possible because you don't want to give in, to stupid shit for your kid.
Right.
But if it goes on for too long, then, I'll pick her up and we'll just kind of walk around.
All right.
And that usually calms her down. But, yeah, I mean, some people just take it too far and their kid just fucking screams and is on the ground having temper tantrums, and you want to tell them, like, fucking learn to be a parent, you asshole. Get the fuck out of the restaurant.
I've seen the temper, the kids that have temper tantrums. My kid does that. I'm leaving. I'm leaving him there. I'm not dealing with that.
Oh,
where the kid gets dead feet or dead body and just refuses to move, and you for some reason you can't pick him up anymore. I don't understand the physics of that.
Yeah.
The dead weight that a kid could do. My kid, no way. I'll just fucking leave him.
Parents don't want to.
I'm not dealing with that.
Because they don't want to smack the child at all. So they just sit there and try talking like adults. But it's like he's not an adult.
Right.
He's not going to respond to the calm logic of an adult.
Oh, of course not. All right.
I'm punching out. Jimmy, I'll see you in D.C. here in a few weeks.
Oh, okay, buddy. Yeah, I'm down there at the antisocial. I'll see you, buddy.
All right, man. You guys have a good one. Later.
Yeah, people want to talk about kids. We're not going to do it.
I'm just curious, yeah.
We're just not going to do it. Jordan writes, babies are faggots, so that means we should move
Jordan
on.
summed it up.
He summed it up all right.
But it is a curiosity because it's something I just don't want. I mean, I can't comprehend my life changing like that. Like,
with a kid?
Can't do it, no.
It hasn't been that bad.
No.
I mean, the lack of sleep, but it hasn't been that bad. We've been able to do just about everything.
Oh.
And we don't even really have help, so.
You going to get help?
I think we got to get a little help.
Yeah, why wouldn't you?
If I had a little help, it would be a lot better. I love it, but it's definitely a life changer. But we've been able to do some things.
Yeah, you go to Starbucks once in a while or some juice.
I run out for 15 minutes.
What happened? I went for a walk yesterday. I got pretzels. It's funny when you look at the amount. You can only do things in short bursts because it's all built around a baby. You can't. What can you do?
I tool around with them. I just bring them with me wherever I want to go. So.
But you haven't really traveled with them.
No, we might be on a plane soon. So I'll let you know how that goes.
Where?
I might go down to the islands.
Okay.
Do my island trip.
How long of a trip is that?
3 hours on a plane.
See, babies can't. The problem is when you're taking off and landing, they're always going to cry because they can't. They don't know how to pop their ears.
My kid, if I know him, he won't cry. But most likely he won't cry. You never know. But he'll be awake the whole time, which will be a pain in the ass. He'll want to be moving around, checking shit out.
Is he not a sleeper during the day?
No. A little nap here and there, but he just wants to go.
Do you bring blocks and stuff for him?
Toys? Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
They have baby spit on him?
Huh?
Let the kids drool on him?
Oh, yeah. He sucks at everything. That would bother you?
Yeah. It's amazing what a creep I am, but what I'm squeamish about.
But, I mean, nature takes care of that because babies don't really, they don't have bad breath or bad drool.
Right.
Thank God. Because just imagine if you walked around your house right now with just a bad breath mouth and put your mouth on everything. What that would do to your house, right?
It would just stink.
But for some reason, babies' spit doesn't really fucking smell or anything, so you don't really care after a while.
It's probably because they eat that just awful baby food.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, but we have to pack all sorts of shit when we leave.
Yeah, it's amazing. Like a little thing of cookies and.
It's like being paralyzed, I tell people. Just imagine what you do on a regular basis, and then just imagine trying to do all that stuff paralyzed from the waist down. So you still could move a little bit.
But you have a chair.
Yeah, that's how it is to have a baby. Everything is twice to 3 times as long. And it's just cumbersome, and it's just there's always something.
Yeah, there's always more planning. I'm watching from afar, and I just don't comprehend. I understand why people would do it, but my life would change so much. I'm like,
Well, when it's hard to explain, but when it's yours, then all those thoughts you have before you have a kid, it doesn't even come into play.
When am I going to look at things different? When am I going to want to get married? Like, I have no desire to be married. I love not being married.
But you love being in relationships.
I don't love it. It is what it is. You know,
so why do you do it then?
Because there are things about it that I like, and I have fun with it.
You're always in a relationship. Ever since I've known you.
In the last few years, I have been. There was a long period, though, after my one girl and I broke up in like 2001, where there was a few years where I had nobody. I was just dating. And now I've been in a relationship for the last few years, different girls.
Is she hoping it moves forward? Or she knows what it is in the end?
I don't think she wants to get married either. But I like living separately. Like, I can't fucking fight and then lay down next to somebody. I won't talk for 2 or 3 days. I just can't. I have to decompress so I don't say anything stupid. Like, if we're not talking, then I'm not saying anything horrible.
When you guys fight, you don't resolve it?
In that moment?
Yeah.
Almost never.
So then you have to try to fall asleep. That's impossible.
If she's there, it is, yeah. I just try. I don't know how to resolve it when I'm that angry.
You guys fight a lot?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. It's just, we just don't see eye to eye on things. There's no reason in particular.
All couples fight, but with my life, when I've gotten in relationships where the fighting was too much, I had to be gone. I just couldn't deal with that. I don't, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know if I want to. I don't know if we're gonna.
Do you like fighting?
No, it's addicting. Sure,
it's addicting.
Sure, it is. Like anything else, that power-driven argument. It's fucking hot in here, is it? No, or not hot. Maybe it was warm time. I don't know. I like it.
What do you mean it's addicting? I never heard this before.
Anger, being angry. That fucking.
I hate being angry.
It's a high. I hate it, but I also don't hate it. Like, I like it, or I wouldn't do it so much. I get on these rage things, and it just feeds itself. It feeds itself.
And it's addicting?
Of course it is.
See, when I was going through many years of being angry, I hated it. I was always trying to figure out how to fucking improve myself and get out of that shit. I'm glad that I don't like act out as much as I used to.
Hating it, yeah. Like, a lot of fat people hate the fact they eat sweets, but they still eat them.
No, but you're saying it's addicting. That's very, very interesting.
Yeah.
Because you're talking to someone that got angry a lot, and it was never addicting to me. It really just bothered me that I had this feeling inside.
You don't think it was addicting? Maybe you didn't know it was addicting? Like, sometimes you do things and you don't realize, like, wow, I really am. I'm perpetuating that. I know I do it.
I didn't like that version of me at all, and I didn't find it addicting. I found it annoying. I found it almost like a chemical reaction inside, and now I have to fucking deal with this for a day or two.
Yeah,
almost like a chemical imbalance, I guess. I don't know. I'd never found it addicting. No, I never got off on it.
I don't either. I don't like.
When you're addicted to something, do you have to get off on it?
No, it's.
See, I don't understand this whole
addicting.
thing.
It can. I heard once. They're talking about, like, being angry or sad or feeling bad. You can get, like, a misshapen pleasure out of it. Like, it becomes comfortable. It's almost like.
I understand the becomes comfortable thing.
Like, why would a girl whose father beat her become addicted to abusive relationship? It's like she doesn't like being fucking belted, but on a part of her, she craves it. It's weird.
Yeah, I understand that.
That's the kind of the way it is with anger. It's like, I know how fucking bad it is, and I mean, getting angry is whatever.
Right.
But the fear, I bit my lips so hard the other night. Like, I just, the rage comes over me. It's like, it's just, you're not being fucking heard. The other person is talking and then you say something and they quote, and it's like, I didn't just say that. You're making it up as you go along. That's what drives me crazy. You know, and I don't see any way around that. I don't know how, I've said to her so many times, and she agrees, I'm so fucking happy I'm not married to you. And I mean, because then you're legally bound to each other. This way, it's like, you go to your place, I'm here at my place. This fight is getting ugly, but I have to get up in the morning. I'm not going to fucking argue with you tonight. But it's really frustrating, man. It's really difficult. And the anger, I can decompress sometimes if I stop it. If I see the big fight coming, and I'm like, and I'm angry, I'm just like, go home. Not like, go fuck yourself and die, but look, just go home. You relax, I'll relax. That's why we have 2 apartments. It's great.
But even in that situation, she understands that you're really angry, so doesn't she want to just get into it at that moment, no matter what you say?
Oh, yeah. A lot of times the fight continues, and I have to throw her out.
Throw her out?
Oh, yeah. But it's like, just, it's not, get out of my home. It's like, just, it's like, I don't want to fight, and I'm not going to stand there and just scream in my apartment. I won't do it. Right. I won't scream in my apartment. It's embarrassing. It's like, I have neighbors, they're nice people. I'm not gonna be that guy.
Right. Huh.
But it's hard to fucking
I understand the comfort thing. Because when you try to change yourself, you realize it's very uncomfortable because you know what you know. And even though it might not be the greatest situation, the greatest thing, there's a comfort to that. Like, I haven't really talked about it much, but, you know, my last relationship, I stayed years longer than I should have because it was just comfortable.
Right.
It was just a comfortable situation. I was scared of the unknown. I was scared of, just moving on and what that meant. And I could have been a lot happier through all those years at NEW.
Yeah, you start to get scared.
But it's a comfort thing.
Yeah.
But man, when you step out of that comfort zone, it's kind of a cool place.
Yeah.
If you're brave enough to do it. The problem is most of us aren't, or it takes a lot. Then when you change, your friends and your family around you feel uncomfortable. Because you're changing.
Yeah.
Because then it fucks up their dynamic.
Right.
And what they're used to.
Well, they're used to A, B, C, D, each letter going back and forth. And then if you're not giving them back what they want, they don't know how to react.
Right.
You know, people kind of like when I hate to say stay sick, but people like when the status quo is what it is because then they know how to treat you. Then they know how to react to you. Right. But I don't know how to fucking not be angry because I feel like I'm losing. If I don't react angrily, I feel like I've lost, like I've been beaten or I've been dominated by somebody. And it's so stupid.
So what are you doing with your anger?
It just comes and eventually I get rid of it. I mean,
and I bet you it's over simple things, right? It's never a major thing.
90% of it
is over some just mundane thing that in the end is like, what the fuck's wrong with me?
Feeling like you're not being heard. That's 90% of why I get mad and rageful. Is not when my girlfriend doesn't agree with me. It's when I feel like I'm talking and I'm alone in a room and it drives me nuts. Like when you're arguing a point or you're talking a point and then they make the point for something else. It's like, that's not what I just said. Like, you're literally, you're making this impossible. I can't win with you. Even, meaning, no matter how I explain it, you're going to be confrontational. Right. And that gets a little bit frustrating. That gets a little bit frustrating. But I'm bad with problem solving. I remember my ex-girlfriend said to me, you know, I'm trying to find a solution to this, like whatever it was we were fighting about at the time. Right. And I'm like, yeah, you know what? I'm really not good at that. I don't want to find a solution. I want to keep arguing when I'm angry. I want to keep going. Hi, sweetie.
Why? Because you have to get it out?
Yeah, you get that. I have to get it out. I have to throw it up. Or I feel like, again, because once I'm into it, it's very hard to stop. It's like rolling downhill. It's very, very difficult to stop. It's very difficult to kind of put the brakes on and say, let's stop fighting. I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to, when I'm angry, say, let's stop arguing.
I don't think anyone does, though.
Some people do. There are women I know have done that. Like, I will be fighting, and they'll go, look, I don't want to fight anymore. I just want to stop. I think women are better at that. I don't think that they look at everything as it has to be a win-loss. But then they resent themselves and resent you, meaning, you know, the male, for fucking, because they feel like they gave up when they didn't want to. Right. Like, I hate when my girlfriend will apologize to me and go, and I know she's not sorry. I know she just wants to stop fighting, but she's going to resent me because she feels like she compromised. Like, she's just going to be fucking mad at me. And, like, you know when it's coming. Like, you know what I mean? When you're talking and you get this, she's staring straight ahead at something, you're like, I know, I feel. And then I'm being a guy I don't like. Because I want to go, what the fuck is your problem? Shit attitude. But I can't because I'm like, I know that's going to start an argument. Right. So I just keep talking and be happy. Like when Anthony talks about the woman he was with at one point was a drinker, and he would just say to her before, like, let's not fight tonight. Now, I don't date people that are that crazy, that are drinking, but I hate myself for being that guy. Like, if someone's being cunty to me, I immediately want to go, what are you doing? Right. But I know if I do, it's going to be a fucking 4-hour brawl. Right. So that I start to resent myself and fucking hate her. You know, or whoever. And again, that's every girl I've dated that happens with. So I know I'm a big part of it.
How many days could you go without fighting with her?
I can go a long time. We actually can go a month without fighting. Like, yeah. When we get along great. I mean, really, really well. And then we go through these patches where we fight, and it's fucking... it's so frustrating. It's so frustrating. because you just want to, you know.
Hi, Bob Kelly.
Yeah, Bobby walked in the
Bob
middle.
just casually walks in, not knowing that it's getting. We started off a little serious today.
I was listening before to your sniffles and cold.
Yes,
and then
I'm a
I
little
walked
ill.
in and it's pretty. I like it though. I feel the same way. I've been going to therapy for 5 years.
Can you stop a fight? Because you're married. Can you stop yelling and shit in the middle of it? You and your wife.
I mean, this may as gay as it sounds. My therapist, told me in the fight. When she does those fucking passive aggressive things because you know me, I get the same anger as you, but mine gets, I would never hit a woman, but I start breaking shit and slamming shit and fucking.
Really?
Yeah, my dog's got a fucking complex now. When I raise my voice even this loud,
they run.
My dog shakes. Kelby just shakes.
Oh, creep. I love Kelby.
Yeah, I know.
Why would you do that to, what is it?
Kelby.
Kelby.
But
what are you doing to Kelby?
Fuck him. Get your shit together. He even made it through. Fucking dumb dog.
Skittish.
Fucking bugs me. It thunders out. He's shaking. Gonna give him a pill.
I'm scared.
You give your dog pills?
I don't. My wife does.
Get the fuck out of here.
I get mad, but he actually he told me, and this is fucking the gayest thing ever, but he said that the only reason why you get angry is because she hurt your feelings. Just say to her, you hurt my feelings. That really hurt what you just said. And it's fucking gay. I know it. But it literally eliminates all her bullshit because you're playing their game now. She wants you to get mad because she wants you to flip out. She needs you to flip out because then you're wrong too. So no matter whatever the fuck she did, you could have been totally right. But now that you're snapping, saying mean shit, calling her fucking idiot, or hurry the fuck up, now you have to apologize too. Women they'll apologize, but they want to get you to a point where you have to say sorry too. We'll actually just say sorry without them saying sorry. If I fuck up, I'll be like, look, I fucked up. I apologize. So it actually switched the thing where I'd be like, look, that fucking hurt what you just said. It's gay, but she would just sit there like, oh fuck, I'm sorry, I didn't mean that. But one thing too is that guys like me and you with our type of anger, we want to fucking get it out with that person. Because I'll fucking be home talking to myself. I'll be in a cab fucking having the conversation with myself. I'll be like, you fucking cunt. All night. I'll go to bed fucking literally still having the argument in my head with that person that I fucking hate. So we want it when we can get it out with that person and be in a safe way, because you can't do that at the comedy club with a comic. You can't do that with somebody on a set. You can't do that at certain places where you can go, you fucking it, because you'll fuck up your career in some cases. Yeah. But with a woman, it's safe to do that because you know that they understand you in a fucked up way and they're not going to leave you.
But what about, this is the worst, when you do that, like, not say you hurt my feelings, but when you try, we fought recently, and I tried really rationally explaining, keeping it on myself and going, look, this is why this bothered me. Because I felt like, I tried keeping it on me, not saying you fucked up, you're stupid, all on me. And then you get immediately, she takes that as how it's a reflection on her. But I'm like, I didn't say you. And then I can feel my blood pressure rising, because I'm like, I'm trying to do this right and nicely and not blame you, and you're being a victim. Like, you want to be a fucking victim. Like, that shit I hate.
Yeah, but she's sick too, though. That's the one. I was going to therapy for 3 years, and then I went home one day. I go, it's fuck you. It's not just me.
Right.
I hear,
right.
Hey, call this fucking number, and you go too, because you're fucked. You have some fucked up shit. I mean, not that she had to fucking go as much as I had to go, but it's like, you're fucked up too.
Right.
So fix your shit.
You can't just blame me.
No, it's
right.
I took it all on, though.
Right.
Because I was like, I know I'm a fucking lunatic. I know I'm a fucking creep. I know I'm a fucking addict, sex, everything. So I blame me. It was me. It's my fault. She's a perfect woman, and she doesn't flip out. She doesn't break shit. She doesn't get a temper. She's passive aggressive. Oh. All her shit is under fucking neath, and you literally would have to hire an investigator to fucking write down clues to fuck me. You can just take me to court, and I'm fucking guilty because there's video of me just smashing a bottle of wine over a fucking ham. her, it's all underneath. And because guys like us, what we do for a living is we can see shit and take it apart and put it back together and tell people about it. Your instincts are fucking super sensitive. So you know when someone's fucking being a dick to you.
Yes.
You know when fine
always
doesn't mean fine.
Yes.
It means you're a fine, okay. And you're like, fuck you. I said fine. What do you want? I know what you fucking meant. And other people would be like, she said fine.
Yeah.
Fuck you,
exactly.
too, you moron.
But let me ask.
Right.
Let me ask both of you a question. Have you fought this much in every relationship you've been in, or it's the one you're in, Bobby, and the one you're in, Jimmy?
I'd say everyone. I mean, I'm the same guy. The old expression.
Is that your problem?
Part of it is, sure, I seek out that, but I also I perpetuate that too. Like, that's what I'm saying about it being addicting. It's like I do, and I have fought like that with every chick. But what Bob's talking about is right. Like, you just know, and it's like I can't explain to her. It's like I'm doing it for 20 years. It's like when somebody heckles you, and life is not all heckling, but you're talking. A total stranger says something to you, or makes a noise, or does something, or is like, hey, whatever the fuck he does from the audience. You know immediately why he did it. Is he having fun with me? Is he the loud guy just trying to be funny with his friends, not realizing he's being disruptive? Is he a cocksucker who's jealous? You immediately have to fucking pick that out. Sometimes you have to talk to him for a second and get it, but you always know.
Once in a while, you're wrong. Like, the lady who was on the phone, I thought she was being a cunt, but her daughter just got in a serious car accident, and I actually fucking called her a cunt for being on the phone.
You were right, though. Why didn't she? Was she walking out of the room, or was she sitting there?
Oh. She was sitting there, and she was just about to fill up with tears. And I was like, put the fucking phone down, you cunt. She's like, my daughter just got into a car accident. I'm like, oh, shit, I'm sorry. She's like, I'll leave.
Yeah, that's...
All right, fine, as long as she leaves.
99% of the time. You're absolutely right, yeah.
At that point, she's just in shock taking a phone call.
That is true.
She's not thinking, wait, maybe I should take this horrific phone call outside with the smokers.
Yeah, sometimes you do have to take a minute to talk to them and find out. But yeah, you're absolutely right. Well, you have the instinct.
But I mean, yeah.
Bob found the one.
That's a rare fucking incident.
Bob found the one fucking example of like legitimate cuntiness. But I'm talking about heckling. All right, I didn't realize I had to put this little fucking asterisk. Aside from the death of family members finding out during the show, you immediately
Jesus, Bobby.
You know, let me just say too, like if you're ever doing a show on stage, like say you're in Japan, the tsunami hits and they all run out the door, that's not heckling. I mean, I didn't realize I had to cover every base.
Fucking Bobby.
But you know immediately why that person is. Like I told you, one of my way in the beginning, I got heckled by a guy. I was on stage at Rascal South. And he was a fucking guy with thanks, Kenny. He was a guy with a shirt and tie. You know, just an office guy. And he was heckling me, being funny, but I saw his face, and I knew he's trying to undermine the show. Like, he's one of those guys who's used to being the funny guy. So I brutalized him. I was a dick to him, and the audience turned on me because I wasn't good enough back then at letting them know what a cocksucker he was being.
Right.
But I knew what he was doing. They were just hearing the words, but I saw his face. And it's like, that's the type of stuff, when you're arguing with the person, you can't say to your girlfriend, like, I can look at your dumb face and know exactly why you're saying this. Just say it. You're mad. No, I'm not mad.
Yeah, no, never. You literally, you'd have to take them to some type of court.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Where the judge would have to, because they'll never admit to it. It's like, I knew a girl was cheating on me. I actually went to her house. I go, just tell me. I sat there for an hour and a half. Just tell me. She's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Just tell me. Hour and a half in, she took a deep breath. Okay. And I was like, oh, fuck. I know. She goes, how did you know? I just fucking know.
You know.
That's what comics have. That spidey sense of instantaneously reading somebody's energy and body. And
you're out in the public so much interacting with them, you just can read them.
Yeah, so your wife or your girlfriend, it's 2 seconds.
She doesn't have a chance.
No, and it's
because you already know what she's thinking.
But once they acknowledge, my chick kind of knows that now because I've explained that to her. You're not going to get away. That's my superhero strength. You're not going to get away with your bullshit. And the fights now, I haven't got angry in a long time. Like really angry. I've done some fucking stupid shit, punching fridges and ripping cabinet doors off the fucking wall.
Is it always awkward to put all that stuff back together the next day?
I tell you, one time we were fighting, and it was really over nothing. And I slammed the cabinet, really like. And I was really making a great point, too. And I slammed the fucking cabinet, and there was a wine rack on the wall behind it with 4 bottles of wine and all these wine glasses that her father gave her. And just instantaneously, boom, chunk.
The whole thing.
Smashed. And I just heard, my father's glasses. And I was like, oh fuck me.
Did that end the fight?
Yeah, it ended the fight. It fucking 3 hours of cleanup. There was 4 bottles of red wine
everywhere.
Everywhere.
Just
and then, but this is where she turns into a fucking twat because I'm like, look, I fucked up. Let me help you clean it up. Let me clean it up. She's like, I got it. I'll do it. And I'm like, just let me help you. I got it. Just leave. Now it's okay for her to see. Even then, it's like I fucked up. I'm apologizing, but now it's your chance to get angry and say, I got it. Make me feel more like shit. Mm-hmm. It's fucking crazy. They're nuts, man. Women are fucking nuts because it's passive aggressive. I'd rather have her go, you're a fucking cunt. Shut your fat face.
Why are women passive aggressive in general?
Because we used to beat the shit out of them if they talked back.
It's just deep in their DNA.
Yeah, we used to just fucking crack them. We're actually going through this weird transition right now where we have to, we're trying to smack them with words.
Yeah, we've actually been against all instincts. We actually listen to them. Like, what's wrong, honey?
Did we, E-Rock, did we post that, on our Facebook page, Opie and Anthony?
No, but I'll do that right now.
Oh, you should. There's a video, because you say they just used to being hit. Yeah. It's called The Golden Age of
face slapping.
And it's a montage of women getting slapped in movies not that long ago because it was accepted.
Yeah.
Even Ronald Reagan is in this montage slapping abroad.
I like that.
So, so what you're saying is like they're used to being hit. You're not too far off.
Yeah, what are we 30 years out from just hitting broads?
Danny, can you grab that? It's on my my new Facebook page if you want to go there. But we should put it on opieandanthony.com as well.
Yeah, I would. I mean, I would not. I've actually hit a girl once in my life.
Oh, it must have felt great.
Nah, it actually felt like shit
after. But in that moment,
immediately after, it felt like shit. But it was when I was young, drinking and all that shit. But yeah, you don't want to fucking hit them. But if you did hit them, I think they're not aggressive with us the way we want them to be. To have that argument, I'd love to have that argument with my wife. I'd love her to be able to argue back, to make points and own. Okay, I'm wrong, but you fucking okay. That's true. But it's just this quiet face, and then you know what they get to do that we don't get to do? Cry. They get to cry. They get to at one point well up tears in their eyes, and now you feel fucking. And it's like, really? I've yelled at my wife sometimes. I'm like, no, fuck you, grow up. Don't fucking cry. We're adults having an argument. This crying bullshit. You're just trying to do that to fucking end the argument.
It never moves me. If a girl is crying while I argue, literally, it could be fucking rain on the window for all I care.
Really?
Yeah, because we're in the heat of battle. It's like I really do. It is a one-loss situation.
I can't, dude. If a girl cry, I'm done. I don't care if I catch her blowing my dad, and she's like, I fucked up, and she starts crying. I'm like, it's probably my fault somehow. Finish. Go ahead, finish.
Really? You feel bad?
Yeah, when a woman cries, I'm fucking finished, dude. I'm done.
That's the end. Not with Jimmy. I've learned that.
I'll keep arguing.
Yeah, Jimmy gets mad
after I feel
crying.
like once it's over, once the argument is done, and I've decompressed or I've relaxed, then I feel horrible. Like a lot of times I go over and like I think, and I've done this to every girl I've dated. Like I start thinking of the good qualities. I start thinking about them being hurt. Like if something bad happened to them, how awful would I feel? Like, then I'm like, oh man, you really love this person. Like, it's very hard for me to get to that point.
You have to remember the odds of you being with a chick that you can stand for more than fucking a day are fucking astronomical. Every chick I've ever been with, I can literally last a day and be like, I can't be around this broad.
Sure.
But your chick, I could be around my wife for fucking 3 months. And for the majority of it, it's going to be fucking awesome.
Right.
You know, we'll get into fights, but for the most part, I can be around her all the fucking time.
Yeah, well, I mean, fighting is normal, obviously.
well, they did
as
it-
long as you're not obsessively doing it.
Do you guys
They get
yell when you
stuck-
fight, you and your wife? 'Cause I mean,
Oh, yeah.
I've never seen you guys. In all the years I've known her, I've never seen you guys yell at each other.
Well, we don't do it in public.
Yeah, but still,
I've never seen you yell at a girl in public either.
That's true. Have you ever seen me?
He actually grinds his teeth.
No, I've never seen you.
I guess
I've
that's
seen
true.
you annoyed, but you keep it to yourself.
No, that's true. All right, yeah.
Yeah, we yell. Absolutely.
You don't really yell in public, though. You do that fucking.
Nah, I can't.
You fucking listen. We're going fucking home.
right.
Let's fucking. Oh, shut your fucking face. All right. You said we'd be at the mall for fucking 2 hours. Now we're going the fuck to the car. Okay. And you're smiling while you do it. Okay. Let's go. Okay. You fucking cocksucking fucking cum motherfucker.
Yeah, but I like to do that on purpose, just to, so that other people can hear you as you walk by. Where you did
Oh, yeah.
the goon arm, and you're like, we're not getting that bag. Let's go.
I was on a boat to Martha's Vineyard. I told her to get me an egg and cheese. She came back with a ham and cheese. I go, what the?
And that
People
got you
all-
going?
I don't know why.
You're going on vacation.
No, it was a long. We were coming back. It was a long weekend.
Oh,
and
you
she
guys didn't get along,
It
'cause
was like
you-
when we first kind of met. Like we were, and it was just a fucking. She had been up my.
Wait, when you first met?
Yeah, but when I first met her, dude, I didn't have. I had a girl when I was 18. Okay, and then she cheated on me, and then I went on a tear of just fuck them. Just fuck them. If I started liking a girl, I would try to get her to suck my friend's cock, so it would prove my theory that she was a whore and she would cheat on me.
That is just fucking great.
I know.
You thought I was gonna say twisted. That's just great.
It really is.
You're a fucking weirdo, man.
Yeah, but you
That's
know,
fucked up.
yeah, she came
Where does
back,
that come from?
Because I got fucking the one girl that I fell in love with, Foofus.
I think we all got fucked by a girl, though.
She fucking cheated on me, and I was writing fucking poems in a library.
Jimmy and I both
I was
turned
a few-
away from you.
Yeah,
That's uncomfortable.
Yeah,
It
but I
was
was
really
like a few
uncomfortable.
years sober. You know, before you get sober, you're fucking a drug addict, alcoholic, kind of cool guy. Then when you get sober, those first 3
Yeah.
years, you're this just fucking flimsy little soft shell crab. You know what I mean? You talk when you talk to girls, you're like, yeah, God's good. You bring up God. Like I believe in a power greater than myself.
You're a crustacean in between shells, looking
Yeah.
for a bigger shell to,
Yeah.
to live in.
And it's like
So vulnerable.
That's the one thing that got my groove back was her cheating on me. But I didn't think people did that.
Do you have those poems, Bob?
I do.
I would love
Why
to
would,
hear
why would you come
Bob's
in here
poem.
without poems?
We want your poems.
I will
we
bring
want
in
your poems.
I'll bring in the one. I think there's one line like "clouds in my coffee" or something. I got some real.
Oh, would you steal "You're So Vain" and just read it to her?
Is that not?
Clouds in my coffee.
Nah, I don't know.
Oof.
Dude. I was in a library, just sitting. I remember it was raining out. It was cold rain, like winter rain, that slushy rain, and I was by myself, just writing these poems, and literally, but I couldn't show anybody. You know, you can't just, hey, dude, want to read that?
Please bring him in.
I will. I'll bring him in.
Please bring him in.
Yeah, so I think that's where that comes from. Like, and with her, me to like this girl, I didn't put up with any shit back then. So it was like, I told you to get me it just started off like this. I told you to get me an egg sandwich. And this is what she did. This is a perfect example of a woman.
Wait, no,
I said-
I got to slow you down. What happened in Martha's Vineyard that you're so annoyed on the ride back?
Because I was going to-
anyone that goes to Martha's Vineyard or Nantucket, I've been to these places.
Yes.
It's usually a nice fucking love weekend.
Oh, fuck Martha's Vineyard is the
Romantic
worst,
weekend.
the worst place.
So
on
you
the
guys
fucking
obviously had a
planet.
shitty time, and
Nope.
this was the.
I didn't want to. I was going to Martha's Vineyard. I was new in comedy. Here I am going to an island, a vacation spot, and now I wanted to go by myself because I wanted to bang broads. I wanted to go do a spot, be around, and fuck some chicks in Martha's Vineyard for the weekend. That's my mentality.
Oh, you were
But
doing a gig there.
I'm doing a gig,
Gotcha.
and now it's a big thing. And
So
now she kind of weaseled her way in. You know what I mean? Like, maybe I'll go with you. And I was like, yeah, we'll see. And I kind of that was the first time that I was like, you know what, Bob? Fuck it. Bring her. We'll see what happens. And that intimacy, I wasn't used to that intimacy, being with a woman overnight, that type of shit for a weekend. I was used to going, doing shows, talking to chicks, fucking them in a bush in front of the comedy club, you know what I mean? And then banging another broad. So
you were mad that she wanted to have a nice weekend with you in Martha's Vineyard.
I mean, the fucking.
But she weaseled herself into what she thought would be a nice weekend with a guy she might be in love with.
The actual Martha's Vineyard aggravated me too. The fucking dumb boat over there. All the you have to take vans. There's no cabs. You have to take a van, and everybody's just so fucking happy to be there. It was a shithole. It was a fucking shithole.
I'll the wrong place to fucking stay.
Yeah, I'll never go back to Martha's Vineyard.
I've never been there.
It's fucking a shit.
I like Nantucket over Martha's Vineyard.
It's just stuck in time. It was like when the Kennedys were fucking famous. So, a bunch of shit dicks with money.
They filmed Jaws there, though. Did you?
I wish Jaws still lived there.
Did you go to some of the
people?
Did you go to some of the places where you're like, oh wow, Jaws was filmed right there?
No, because that's not what I did back then. I went, I slept all day. I did the show at night and tried to bang broads and stayed up all night trying to get pussy. And you know what I mean? Now I'm.
But you were the one that committed to this girl.
I know. I fucked up.
You commit to her. She's. Hold on. I got to be like the sane one in the room for a minute. So now you commit to her.
Yeah.
Instead of banging a different broad every night, you're like, I think there's something with this girl. So then she's feeling it too. So she wants to go to Martha's Vineyard to have a nice weekend with you. And now you're mad that she's squeezing in on the fact that you want to bang broads.
Yeah. And don't even add this in there that. Kevin Knox, who's one of my all-time favorite comedians from Boston, I looked up to him. He's on the gig. He's the headliner. So I get to hang out with Kevin Knox. That's a big thing for a young comic. When you get to be with that guy, that's when you get to bond. Mm-hmm. I'm with her. And I remember we're in the cab, and she got a little drunk. And my wife, when she gets drunk, she talks. She becomes a talker. And I remember her going, Kevin, we should go out to... He's literally talking to Kevin. I haven't talked to Kevin. I haven't fucking talked to him. And she's like, we should go out to breakfast tomorrow. You doing anything for breakfast? Yeah, I heard they have. My friend told me, my friend Ann told me that there's a place for breakfast. And he's like, yeah. And I know him. I know comics. He's like, oh, this fucking twat.
Were you annoyed?
I was so annoyed. And I was so mad at myself. And it was just like, fuck. I remember sleeping in the bed just looking at the ceiling. This fucking dumb white wicker bed, this stupid house.
Bed and breakfast?
That was a house.
How was the gig?
That's a bed and breakfast.
Gig sucked. It was at Carly Simon's hot tin roof. It was fucking awful.
How was the sex?
What? Really? I didn't fuck her. I liked her. I'm not fucking a girl I like at that point.
So wait, did Kevin do well and you didn't do well on stage?
No, I did fine. Everybody did fine. It was,
it wasn't about that. I'm sure.
It wasn't about that.
Bobby did fine. It was the off the stage time.
It was just this fucking annoyance of being. I was pretending to be a couple, and I wasn't. I wasn't a couple. I wasn't even in that fucking mode, and I was. And, she wanted to do all this. Like, do you want to go to dinner? No, let's just get a fucking pizza. Mm-hmm. I just want to do my show. That's all I want. When you first started comedy, it was just about doing shows. I would drive 2 hours to do 5 minutes at a fucking 99s.
So why would you invite her then?
I fucked up. It was like one of those things where you're like, maybe I should.
So did you realize you invited her was the wrong thing to do, right?
No. As soon as I was on that dumb ferry,
you went, fuck, this is going to be a long weekend.
Yeah.
Because this is exactly what I don't want to be doing. Yeah. So then on the way back, the ham sandwich.
On the way back.
Now it makes sense. That's why I had to slow you down.
Right. On the way back, it was a shit weekend. I fucking had just a shit time, and she comes back with ham and cheese. And I just said, why did you get me ham and cheese? Why? She goes, well, that's all they had. I go, well, they didn't have anything else? And she's like, well, they had this and that. I go, couldn't you come back up and just ask me what I want? And there's people, families everywhere. Ask me if I wanted something different. This is the essence of women. She just stood there and took it. She took it. She let me build up to where the point where I was going, I just fucking wanted an egg sandwich. That's all I fucking wanted. Okay? That's all I wanted all fucking week. I'm grinding through my teeth. And you get me a fucking ham and cheese. And I'm going on and on. She let me go and go. And then she finally just screamed, it's a fucking sandwich! And everybody looked. Like, yeah, it's a sandwich, dude. I'm like, that's not the fucking point. It's not about the sandwich. And I was like, that's fucking illegal.
How long?
You fucking twat. I wasn't screaming. I was grinding through my teeth.
Right.
And she said, and she started crying. Everybody looked at me like, you're an asshole. But if they heard the story from the beginning to where you heard it.
I just did, and I think you're an asshole. Wow. I side with her.
You think I'm an asshole at my
I just heard
my
the story.
Baby's funeral. You'd be like, you're a dick.
I side with her on this one. I know his wife, though.
You fucked up.
No.
How long were you guys dating at this point?
fucking. It was. We were dating. This was at a weird point though. That we dated. Then I met this really hot 18-year-old. And I dumped her.
You dumped an 18-year-old?
No, I dumped my wife now.
All right.
I was dating my wife for like 3 months, and then I met this hot 18-year-old over my friend's house one night. She was staying with him, sleeping there, and we wound up hooking up, like holding hands under a blanket. Yeah, it was fucking gay, but she was probably one of the hottest chicks I've ever seen in my life. And
How old were you?
I had to be like 20, 22, 20, no, 24, 25, 25, and she was smoked. She was an 18-year-old chick. And,
nice.
Yeah, I mean, incredible. An 11, honest to God. And I called Dawn up the next day and said, "You're gone." I gave my wife now the boot, and not even like cheat on her. Not even cheat. I was like, "You're done." I was like, "It's done."
I'm not even going to go through.
I'm not even going to lie to
bullshit.
you.
Right.
This chick is so smoking. If I can make this work, I want to make it work. I'm cleaning the slate. Fucking, I called her up. Boom. Listen, it's not going to work. She started crying. So, of course, the 18-year-old fucking realized what the fuck she was doing, like, you know, a month in. Mm-hmm. What a needy fucking soon-to-be fatso I was going to be. Mm-hmm. And she dumped me.
She dumped you?
What'd she dump you for? Like another, like an 18-year-old guy?
Well, she was actually dating a guy in his 30s who owned a Corvette dealership.
Jesus.
So this guy was before me. So I was the, let me try dating just a fucking normal douchebag.
Broke idiot.
Yeah, like that fucking, just a normal guy. I was the normal guy. And so as soon as she figured out that normal, like guys like me, she was absolutely right. They suck. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I couldn't even. That was when I first started comedy. I was living in a shitty apartment with other comedians. I had no money. I couldn't even take her out. You know, this guy was fucking balling. He had Corvettes, a different one every day. He was that Italian guy from Revere. So
what happened to her?
She fucking was supposed to. I was fucking sick one day, like deathly fucking ill, and she called me up. I was like, "Oh, I'm sick." You know, and I wanted her to do what Dawn did. Because if I was sick with Dawn would come over with fucking everything. So homemade chicken soup.
Oh, she would?
Oh, she'd make homemade crackers.
Wow.
You know what I mean? She'd fucking take care of me, be there all day. And this girl
Push
was
it to her bosom?
Yeah.
Like we were saying earlier.
Yeah. Exactly. And she
did all the stuff you wanted.
Exactly.
And the 18-year-old girl's like, well, that's...
Oh, she goes, maybe I'll stop by later. I was like, okay.
That's exactly what an 18-year-old girl should say to you.
She goes, is there any way you can bring me some like soup or something? She's like, yeah, I'll see what I can do. And I was like, okay. I think she showed up with an open box of Wheat Thins she brought from our house.
It's horrible when you have a sore throat.
She popped in for 2 seconds. She looked amazing. She wouldn't kiss me either. She goes, yeah, you're sick. I don't want to get sick. So I think she shook my hand. And I never saw her again.
That was it.
That was it. She fucking saw me just sick when I wasn't strong. And was like, yeah, I'm all fucking done with this.
Could we Facebook this girl? I want to see what she looks like.
I would love to. For the life of me, can't remember the name. I can't remember her name.
I would love to know what she looks like.
Yeah, I'm curious too.
Yeah.
So then you raced back to Dawn.
I hope she's fat and a mess.
She probably is.
I hope so. Yeah, no. Me and Dawn.
I find the ones that, do you wrong, they end up becoming slobs.
Yeah. It's the best feeling ever.
I've looked up a few.
They're
now just slobs.
It's fucking, isn't it make you feel wonderful?
Oh, fuck yeah.
But they probably looked me up and said the same thing. But
so then you moved back to Dawn, so you were newly dating for the second time when
we didn't. This is the weird thing about me and Dawn. She eased back into my life as that friend. Like she started just hanging out. Like we started hanging out because we could get along. I mean, they did a study. There's no such thing as love. Love doesn't exist. You don't love a woman and stay together. The only reason why people stay together forever, married, is compatibility. That's it. They were just compatible. So when you're with somebody that you can be with for the rest of your life, you're just compatible. Me and my wife are compatible. I can be with her for long periods of time and not get sick of her. And you know what I mean? And she's pretty.
And that's all you should ask for.
That's all you're gonna get.
That's all you're gonna get.
Yeah,
you shouldn't hope for more.
You're not gonna fall. You're gonna get the passion, the sex, all that shit's gonna fizzle and get better and get worse and get fucked up. It's not gonna get better as you fucking, oh my God, we've been in love for fucking 50 years. Go fuck yourself. My grandmother and grandfather, she slept in a closet room for the last 20 years of their marriage.
Why?
Because he didn't want her in the bed.
Because he wanted all the space, right?
Yeah, well, he was a little man. She was kind of a hefty woman.
Oh, really? Fuck.
So she slept in a twin bed in a fucking side room.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah, but they loved each other. 60 years of marriage. She loved him to death, took care of him. He took care of. It's just, you're compatible.
Right.
It's not this fucking Harlequin horse shit. You're not going to get that.
Right.
It doesn't exist.
Well, going back to women, because they're used to it, you got to see this video. It's on our Facebook page, Opie and Anthony now. I think they just put it up there. The Golden Age of Broad Smack. It's more of a visual, but sometime today, go to the Facebook page and check it out for yourself. Ronald Reagan featured in this clip as well.
Do it again. I like it. Do it again. I am woman. Hear me roll. And I know too much to go back.
Just punching, getting smacked.
I like it here.
Well, I can change that in a hurry.
Ronald Reagan. Backhand smacks. Punched her with a left.
Oh, whipping her?
Whipping this girl.
Pacino,
yeah, the big fucking left hand on him.
Oh, there's some great slaps. He gave her 2, 3. That's Steve McQueen, 4.
Queen. And Ally
5.
McGraw, right? Yeah, fucking Ally McGraw is hot.
6.
Fucking Kirk Douglas.
Harvey Korman.
From Blazing Saddles. Spankings going on.
Oh, he woke her up.
The famous grapefruit scene we've talked about.
Calm down. I'll get back to your seat. I'll take care of it.
Leslie Nielsen in Airplane.
Do you want a phone? Everything's all
Oh, these are great slaps.
And a left punch, she goes down. Sean Connery.
Oh.
John Wayne gives this guy a fucking...
A brush to slap her with?
Yeah.
My father would be proud of you!
John Wayne spanking a bitch.
Nicholson in Chinatown? Or is it the Postman?
I think it's Chinatown.
He's slapping Faye Dunaway a lot.
Yeah. And then it throws her into a wall.
Yeah.
Nice hiney.
Yeah. Is that Brando?
No.
The guy from Walking Tall.
Oh. He just slapped her. Great.
Obviously a visual, so go to our Facebook page, Opie and Anthony. But isn't that amazing? That was completely accepted in mainstream movies. And,
Yeah, but that's
and
like,
you certainly don't see that anymore.
You should have. They missed the Raging Bull clip. There's a couple of good
Oh,
Vicky
fuck
slaps
yeah.
in there.
You're gonna they were onto something. I mean, as men, we evolved to where it was like you gotta slap these bitches to get them to fucking. I mean, honestly,
Know how funny that sounds in the year 2011?
I understand. Like we learned.
Like if you said that 50 years ago, no one would be laughing. They're like, yeah, of course we have to.
I mean, they went through the same shit we're going through now.
But they were
and
able to
went
get it
through
out with a slap.
Before they started slapping these chicks,
Yeah.
they went through it too. We've been going through this forever. But these guys figured out you slap them in the face and they start talking the way they should be talking.
That's an amazing video.
God, I wish that was acceptable. I literally, I almost feel a glow at the prospect of slapping a girlfriend's face. Like how wonderful with that.
I would feel happy if I could just make her flinch.
Why don't we bring it back today?
You know what I mean?
Let's start the movement,
I
guys.
would love it.
Let's start the movement.
I want to just make my wife flinch, like bring my hand back, I oughta, and just make her cower and shake.
Jesus.
That would make me feel good.
We got Twitter. We could get the movement back.
Yeah.
We can start the movement. Three assholes have decided to start slapping broads again.
That'd be fucking
I
great.
just wish that was in the arsenal.
Just see Bill Clinton just slap Hillary right in the face during a speech.
Well, Reagan. How about Reagan?
That might have been the best slap in the whole lot.
Hell fucking yeah.
She's like, I'm happy to be here. And he's like, what did he say? Like, I'll fix that. Or
yeah.
Oh, he leapt across the room and slapped her.
I like the actual mush the best. Face mush.
The grapefruit?
Yeah, that's
That's
what they
with,
call it.
Jimmy Cagney.
Yeah, James.
When
James
you just
Cagney,
push
yeah.
their face and you push them down to the ground.
The grapefruit scene is one of the best ones ever.
Oh man!
All right, why don't we do our first break? So Bob
Yes.
Kelly's in studio, obviously. Otto and George coming in today, nice.
Yes.
And Jason Ellis stopping by to say hi. You promoting anything, Bobby?
I'm actually in Atlanta this weekend for the comedy festival.
Is there a festival in Atlanta?
Yeah, comedy festival. You know, they're doing comedy festival. But
Wait,
there's
where?
Atlanta at.
Is it part of the Masters? Masters this weekend. Are you close to Austin?
No, it's.
I mean, not Austin.
Augusta.
But, Augusta, excuse me.
No. No, it's downtown Atlanta. It's a small
Okay.
comedy festival. Me and Gary Geldman are actually just doing Friday, Saturday night, one show, small theaters.
How's Gary? Speaking of anger.
He's doing good, man. He's renting his. You know, you go. Gary's got the best anger.
Oh yeah,
He does?
Oh, dude, Geldman's anger? Are you fucking nuts?
I wouldn't fuck with that guy.
Me and
I
Gary
wouldn't
went.
fuck with that guy.
Me and Gary went at it a couple times,
I can see that.
and his anger is like my anger. We fought in Cabo in a jacuzzi because I called him a liberal fuck.
It was a real fight.
We not like fist fight, but right in each other's faces in the jacuzzi. He's a daunting motherfucker when he stands up. We were both sitting down, so the argument.
I made it easy when you're sitting down.
I was like, "Fuck you!" He's like,
Yeah.
he stood up. Fuck you!
6'4", right?
I had to get right in the middle of his chest plate with my face. He's a daunting motherfucker.
You're lucky he didn't slug you.
dude.
Gallman's a big dude, man.
Gallman's a big guy, but he's got really great crazy anger, but he's got one of the biggest hearts. So as soon as he does something, he feels immediately bad. He's a really nice guy. So as soon as he starts yelling, he'll be like, you know what? I'm sorry, I fucked up, because he doesn't want to be that guy. But
Right.
yeah,
he's not a bully.
Nah, but audience members, dude, he's choked people out. He's fucking gone right into the crowd.
I love that about him. He's notorious. But again, if you're in the audience and you see a monster of his size, a 6'4" guy who obviously played football, and you're dumb enough to fucking heckle him, then he should handle you like that.
Oh yeah,
That just pleases me.
He did
Absolutely.
the funniest thing when we were doing Tourgasm. He got so mad one night at the crowd because they were booing him. He had nobody to hit or anything to blame. He ran out in the parking lot and just dug his hand in his pocket and grabbed all his change and just threw it in an empty parking lot. I was fucking dying. He was like, "Why?" And you're ting 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 ting.
All right, we're going to break. When we get back, we should have played it here, but we went way too long. Meatloaf freaking out. Speaking
I
of
heard about
anger
that, yeah.
issues, we finally got the clips of Meatloaf from The Apprentice, Celebrity Apprentice. Know who's becoming my pal is good old Donnie Trump.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we're going back and forth on the Twitter. Nice guy. We got to have him back. Donald Trump Jr.
I can't fucking. I want to text famous people, but I get shit from you dumb fans.
Well, I was doing someone a favor, but then it turned out to be a little back and forth with me and Donnie Trump, just shooting the shit about The Apprentice and other things.
DMing or you
DMing
Oh yeah,
with little Donnie Trump Jr.
he follows you.
Yeah, he does.
That's great.
I could get him to follow you. That was the whole thing with somebody else.
No,
Somebody wanted Donnie to follow them.
I don't
That's
want
pretty
him.
famous. So I said, all right, I could try to hook you two up.
I don't want him, but I do want a couple people that if you can get, I'll give you a list. I got like
I don't have a lot of famous people following me.
I have none. None. I mean, huh?
Belladonna.
Belladonna, yeah, but she's yeah, I guess so. I mean, her and her husband are friends. Yeah, they are.
How do you find out if a famous person is following you?
The only way I can...
We got the regulars.
You just
Kevin Smith, Joe
go to
Rogan.
their profile and it says is following you or is not following you.
Oh,
right?
Dana
right,
White,
right.
I got followed.
Dana's not following me.
But you know what you can do? Go into your email.
I got to figure it out.
Whatever email's assigned your Twitter account, and then just search their name. I've never done that.
Yeah, but I want to know about celebrities I wouldn't even think about that might be following.
I don't know.
Like Boy George out of nowhere started following me.
Out of nowhere.
I don't know if he still is, but I don't even know how he got where he decided he needed to follow me, but it must have been something gay that I fucking tweeted. I don't know.
I saw that video you did with the dumb apple. It was fucking. Did you see that video?
Oh, yeah, thanks. It's so simple, but
it's a very short video. It's a video. He's at the John Lennon thing where everybody's kumbaya.
Oh, yeah.
And he takes the apple off the ground, shows it to the camera. The apple comes down, pans around all these fucking hippies. The apple comes back up, and there's just a bite taken out of it, and then he puts it back down in the shrine.
I went to the Imagine Shrine, yeah. It was the 30th anniversary, I guess. So there was thousands of people there, and I ended up literally on the mosaic because I got there early and squeezed my way in and just watched the hippies sing for 2.5 hours. Part of me really enjoyed it. That's the twisted part of the whole thing.
I wouldn't. I fucking hate the Beatles.
You hate the Beatles?
You don't hate the Beatles.
I do. I hate the Beatles.
I was playing Beatles for you. You liked them.
You know what? I know we have to break, but we were talking. Jay Moore was in yesterday. We're doing the top 5 Beatles songs, top 5 Rolling Stones songs, and we're having a good time with it. Then I checked my Twitter after the show. So many people trying to say they hate the Beatles, and I'm so glad you said that. No one hates the Beatles.
You don't hate the Beatles.
You might not. How do I explain this?
You may not love them, but you don't hate them.
You don't
either.
hate the Beatles. It started with the Beatles. If
If
you like music in general.
It didn't start with the Beatles. It started with black people
Well,
down in the
no.
South.
No, but Beatles changed the way.
Beatles changed everything.
They really did. They changed everything.
Simple as that. They
What did they
changed
change? What about
everything.
Elvis?
And the Beatles.
Elvis changed everything.
They're a group, though, meaning in a group form. Lemmy was explaining to me one time. I interviewed him and I asked him about the Beatles, and he said they were the first four guys to harmonize. They played their own instruments. He was explaining what they meant to him and why they changed things.
When you get guys like you said Lemmy, right?
Yeah.
Sorry, I was thinking about. All right, so you get guys like Lemmy and Ozzy saying,
and Brian Johnson
saying how much Halford even
all of
these
them.
guys saying how much the Beatles influenced them. You got to realize how powerful this fucking band was. When Ozzy said, "Oh my God, I grew up listening to the Beatles. They're the greatest thing ever," I'm like, Ozzy thinking that? He was supposed to be the rebel, thinking completely out of the box, different.
Yeah, but
and
even
even
comics over in fucking England now that say fucking Eddie Izzard is the fucking, oh my God, he started it all. Who gives a fuck?
Eddie Izzard and the Beatles?
Yeah. Exactly.
What are you talking about?
I don't know, dude. I'm trying to just...
Okay.
But the Beatles are...
All I'm
not a
saying is,
fan.
my point is, when people say on Twitter, I hate the Beatles, I don't
understand.
really
You don't
believe
hate
that.
them. I could listen to them.
It's not one of your favorite bands and all that. And you're not searching out their music, but trust me, I don't think anyone really hates them.
Nothing fucking makes me more sick than being at the gym when I do go before the jokes hit, and a Beatles song comes on. It's just like, fuck.
Why?
Because it's fucking just sucks.
Like what Beatles song?
Any of them.
You don't like Let It Be?
No.
Maybe not at the gym. I wouldn't want to hear that. But
I mean, when would you want to hear that?
Let It Be?
Driving upstate New York with the window down and your dog's head out the window? Let it be. Fuck off. No, I don't want to hear that.
It's a great tune.
It's good.
No, it's not.
It's not great.
In My Life, you don't like these or fucking A Day in the Life or whatever. Pick your Beatles song.
No, that can't be, Danny.
What?
Danny just wrote, we must be in some cycle. We actually did a Bob Hates the Beatles bit 1 year ago today. Oh, tomorrow. I don't remember ever talking to Bob Kelly about hating the Beatles.
Can I ask you a question,
I've
too?
talked about
Who the fuck, who did remember that, should be slapped in the face.
We got archives. We've been around long enough. We got archives now.
Archive?
That's what we do now.
Really?
Yeah. This day in Opie and Anthony history. It's very important to people. Bob's just looking at his iPad. It's time to take a break. I don't believe people really hate the Beatles.
How can you not like? We're listening.
Not
to
to
Let
the
It Be.
point of the amount of tweets I read yesterday. Sure, there's probably a couple guys. Okay, I'll admit that. But in general, people don't hate the Beatles.
I found an iPod with every Beatles song ever made on it. It went on my iPhone, and I erased it all. I deleted them all.
What's wrong with you?
I deleted them all.
What did the Beatles ever do to you? They did something
I hate
to you.
his dumb bass.
Were you molested to the
his
Beatles when you were a
violin
little
bass,
kid?
whatever violin bass he uses, whatever that Paul McCartney guitar, I hate it.
Who's the guy you hated growing up?
Billy Manchington.
Was he a big Beatles fan while he's slapping you around the house? What happened to you?
Let it be.
Right. It's probably something sick like that. All right, well, more with Bob Kelly and Jim Norton and Otto and George. Okay, we'll be back.
Gregorio!
Antonio!
Amy.